Hello. Past me forgot to record an intro, so editor me has to do it. I want to say thank you all. It hasn't been quite a year for the YouTube channel, but you've all supported me throughout my first year of this hobby more than I ever could have dreamed of. I appreciate y'all, and I will say, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. The number is bigger than I expected. So hopefully you stay, watch the whole video. I put plenty of pictures of minis that I did paint. I should have did that in the first video, but I didn't. So you all enjoy. Have a great rest of your time watching this video. And editor me's gonna peace out. Bye. These are two Ultramarine lieutenants that I built and pretty early on. This was not quite my this one might have been my first ever kit bash. I mean, he was a lot of Ultramarine upgrade sprue, which was not meant for Primaris Marines, but I made it work. I somehow got it to make it work, and it looks good. This is just a regular lieutenant. I didn't have one at the time, so I bought a lieutenant and painted him up. I don't even know how I did that on his knee. Because I'm pretty sure I had him based. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So, and I will tell you, the freehand on these, yikes. I mean, this one looks halfway decent because it's like colored and stuff. Like it's goes across instead of in a line. This line looks atrocious, and hopefully I can figure out a way to do those better. So, next up is, I have two of these. One of these came with the Saturnine box. Is the Centurion with Power Maul. Now, this is Horus Heresy stuff, but I plan on using it for kit bashing and stuff, so this technically counts as 40k stuff. And all my Horus Heresy stuff is going to be included in kit bashing and stuff like that. So, don't discount it because it's Horus Heresy. This still also counts. So, we'll add this to the list. Next is my second favorite World Eater, Karn, the Betrayer. Hopefully this mini gets updated. He needs to be updated. I don't even know how you'd update him, but he definitely needs the update. He's super badass. I love Karn. I love Angron. I've listened to Betrayer I don't know how many times, and I've listened to Slave of Nuceria at least 3. Betrayer might be 4 at this point. Slave of Nuceria might be 3. So that's that. A little newer character here. We got Buri Angrenson, otherwise known as Birdie, because I can't speak English. I really loved like the whole design behind him, and when he was out for pre-order, I'm like, I gotta get it. I gotta do my damnedest to get this mini because this mini looks so cool. I love how he has the carapace of whatever Tyranid that is. I'm not great on my Tyranid knowledge. Like hanging over him, and it's like a part of his armor, and he's showing off that he's been devoured 3 times. He has literally a hand that's flesh, and that's it. So unless there's more stuff underneath that armor, he's mostly robotic at this point. All right, my favorite Tau is Commander Farsight. Now I'm gonna do a second one of these at some point. He's gonna be a fallen Farsight. I've got to figure out the book excerpt where he is like flying, and it explains like what the vision that Khorne gave him looks like, because I want to do a fallen Farsight. I think it'd be a super dope mini to do, have him covered in blood, covered in skulls, maybe swap out this side for something that's like another sword or an axe or a hammer of some sort. I imagine I could probably kit bash it because that arm is available to use. So that's my thoughts on this. This mini turned out super great. Check it out on my channel. It's one of the shorts. I'm not going to link it because I know editor me's probably going to edit this at like 10 o'clock at night when he's super tired. So I'll at least tell you I know that's that. So technically, not a character mini. We go to the Norm Emissary. Now, I love my big boys, and this is a big boy. I painted him on stream for about 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 hours. I'm so sorry. My brain is not working today. And I'll throw up pictures of these minis painted as I do this time. And I went with the Norm Emissary specifically because I knew this one was more, I thought, yeah, this one's more like melee, while this one is more psychic and stuff. But I believe, if I remember my lore correctly, Norm Emissaries are meant to fight against Primarchs. So they're supposed to be Primarch killers. But then again, there's only 2 Primarchs they can fight against. So I don't think in book they've fought any, but who knows. All right, let me set this down and move on to the next one. My first vehicle, my Primaris Repulsor. I've had this up on the channel before. It was so much fun to paint. It was way more fun than I thought. It's kind of a giant pain to build, but painting it and like getting to choose the design, because I didn't do a helmet. Let me actually show you. I didn't do a helmetless head. I did a helmeted head. I instead of the minigun, I did the stubber, but he was holding the stubber, and I really like the look of it. It's also going to be up on screen. Editor me is going to hate myself, but you know what? Fuck them. I'll do the work. I can do the work. Next is the Riptide Battlesuit. Now, I was very nervous to paint this, and I had so much fun painting this battlesuit. Now, all these little sensor things I included on my mini in order to get it done, and made sure that it was like all put together. And like, if I wanted to be like, well, it's got this and this and this and this, I could just be like, yeah, use all those things. So I don't think I used like these individual ones. I tied them all together. I don't know. I just followed the instructions for the most part. All right, next, I will talk about this one later. Oh, fuck. I forgot the biggest character of them all. How? How did I forget this? I have Angron, of course. My Angron I bought back in April, along with Karn. He was a birthday gift for myself. Angron is my favorite Primarch. Just cause I don't know why. I don't know why I like Angron so much. My favorite color is red, so that could be a big part of it, but I love his color scheme. The red, the black, the claws that are almost metallic, the little metallic hoops, all the brass armor that I'll probably make bronze instead, because I think the bronze color that I have looks better than any of the brass colors I have. And I don't know how to do this sword yet. That's why I'm kind of holding off. But the chain axe, I'm sorry, spine grinder and slurp deer or something like that. I can't remember the demon sword. That's if I remember my lore correctly, his sword is a bloodthirster that he trapped and turned into his sword. So of course Angron will be up on screen, and we'll go to the next thing. So in my big box, talking about all my big boxes, I forgot a box. I forgot the old combat patrol for the World Eaters. This includes like 20 berserkers, 10 jackals, and 1 Lord on Juggernaut, or Invictus, which Invictus isn't pictured here. And he's not pictured there either. That's stupid. These minis will be all up on screen as well. I figured I'd do that this time instead of just doing what I did last time. Okay, so let me grab these boxes. They're a little bit further away, so I actually gotta reach for them. These are gonna be the doubles. So these are gonna be ×2 priced. So I've got 2 boxes of Tau Pathfinders. This box has stuff in it, but it's just extra pieces. Pathfinders were cheap. I wanted to originally get Crisis suits, but these boxes here are $60. 1 box of 3 Crisis suit is $60. Actually, it might be $70. It's like, what the fuck, GW? These are actual infantry, and I can buy 2 boxes of these for 1 box of something that I for sure want. But if I remember correctly, I did 3 of these railgun and 3 of these not railgun. They have this thing. So that's the railgun, and this is like, I believe, some sort of flamethrower. Don't hold me to that. I don't know my Tau knowledge that much. I've just kind of gotten into the army more or less, and through Commander Farsight and the big mechs, I'm starting to try to figure stuff out. So those are those. They'll be up on screen. Next is something you all have seen. Actually, there's one of them right here. My Centurions. So let me go ahead and close the lid on this box. So I have 2 boxes of Assault. They're labeled Assault Centurions. They're dual build kit. You can build Assault and or Devastator. Devastator's the ranged variant. I have both Devastator and Assault Centurions. So, I mean, if I remember correctly, oh, he's not on my desk anymore. I used to have a half-painted Assault Centurion on my desk, but he's not on my desk anymore, and he's on the shelf with the non-painted ones. If I remember right, I had this one on my desk because I was referencing him for something, and I don't remember what. But no, I still like the big shoot thing in power armor. The arms crossed thing. All right, I'll put him away, and we can talk about our next double. Now, this is my favorite unit of Space Marines in general. They are the Blade Guard Vets. I've got to still buy, if I remember correctly, 2 more of these to have the full 6-man squads. So it would be, I've got 2, 4, I'm sorry, hold on. I have 6 right here. I have 3 extra from the, what box? The Indominus Crusade box. I have 3 more through the Dawn of War Onslaught box, and then I need to get 6 more after that to get all of my Blade Guard veterans done. Some of these I have dual weapons. I haven't done one of these like this yet, but I still want to. A lot of times, yep, there's one like that. But the nice thing about, oh my god, the nice thing about these is they have arms on both the right and left side of their body that hold swords. GW, do this for everything, please. Us World Eater fans would like to have 2-handed I'm giving myself brain aneurysm. Us World Eater fans would like to dual wield our chain axes, please. We're World Eaters. We're not assault intercessors. Please give us 2 weapons to do that with. Thank you. But sorry about that rant. It's not pertaining to this at all. While I was going on that, you should have seen pictures of these because my sergeants, actually, there's one on my desk. He's right here. My sergeants always have these little helmets. They have gotten rid of them now, and I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do the next 2. But we'll figure it out as we go. We always do. So, all right. So now we go into. Please don't drop anything. Please don't drop anything. Please don't drop anything. Let me set these on my desk. Okay. A Krieg artillery piece. I bought this when I finished my last Krieg artillery piece. Pictures will be up on the screen. And so I bought this when I was halfway done painting that one because I had so much fun painting it. It really was a way better time than I expected. And once I got it done, the mini came out great. But I wanted to still be able to hot swap some of them. So this one, and if I can get 2 more from the Battle Force box, that'll be my main 3. But if I want to use the siege cannon, then I'll keep that one as a siege cannon, and this one will be hot swappable because you can pry these little pieces apart. You can pry these little pieces apart, and the gun can pop out. So as long as your minis are out of the way, you can hot swap those things out. So I would say if you're going to do hot swaps on all of them, don't do something like this unless you're going to have it be unless you're going to have it be these 2 designs. But you can do something with the toolbox because then it makes sense why he'd be swapping. You can swap them all out. That way you're not oh, he's going to throw a artillery shell into a rocket launcher. That doesn't make any sense. So that one's that. Let me put that one on the floor because it has stuff in it. You're going to hear a crash of boxes at some point. Next up, more Krieg. It is a heavy weapons squad or a heavy weapons team. I bought this before knowing about the combat patrol, which is I predicted the combat patrol. I'll just say that. I have a video that was gone up 3 days before that combat patrol came out. So I just guessed really lucky at the right time. All of these are actually I have all these shown off as stubbers. These are heavy stubbers. That, of course, everything will be up on screen. And if you're gonna ask why I keep saying that, because I'm telling myself in editing to put this stuff up on screen. So that's I'm sorry if that's gonna get a little annoying. But I'd like to show you guys the painted minis if they're painted. This one I know is for sure is painted because this is my homebrew Contemptor Dreadnought. I originally I set him up to have 2 chain fists, and I was wondering why Dreadnoughts don't get chain fists now. And dude, he's got such a loadout. It's crazy. It's crazy the loadout he can get. But no, I was very happy painting this mini. It took me forever, but it worked out. Some people don't like the demon skulls on the shoulder, but I do because it shows that he fought like demons back in the day, because he's supposed to be a world eater that was good, that got surrounded by demons of corn and somehow made it out alive and was found and repaired by Belisarius' call. Next one is the Leviathan Siege Dreadnought. I was able to say it that time. It is mostly just the autocannon, and what I'm probably going to use is the autocannon and the Melta Lance. I'm so sorry, Melta and I believe flamers on the chests and the little rockets. I've got mine sitting right next to me. I'm going to magnetize him, and he's primed. He just hasn't been painted, so he's not going to be up on screen. All right, next one. Ooh, this was my first ever Dreadnought. I painted up. It took me forever to paint him. I was so proud when I finally got him done, and when I got him done and got a video made on him just kind of showing him off, and it got fucking demolished by the YouTube algorithm. I was so upset. I went with the cannon variant. I should have done the flamer on the side, but I went with the little Gatling cannon as well. So he's running cannon, and twin bolters off the front of him, kind of like in the front picture. Yeah, double bolters. So I mean, he hits good. I should have done plasma because plasma hits harder, and then kept this for chaff. But that's besides the point. So he will be up on screen throughout that. Next one, Assault Intercessors. I bought these before I realized my Indominus box came with Assault Intercessors. I also thought Assault Intercessors would come with something other than chain swords, because at the time I really wasn't a chainsword fan. I figured they'd come with like power weapons, something like Blade Guard Vets, but I have since retracted my false allegations of heresy against the chainsword. I love chainswords now, so I'm kind of super happy that they all did come with chainswords. All of those should be painted, and the pictures should be up on screen. Me saying that's doing a lot of work for future me, but that's future me's problem. Let's see here. Okay, so next one, Death Corps of Krieg, Kill Team. I know I say corpse, it's the way I talk. We will always remember Krieg and his corpse. This is the veteran squad. This is specifically a different build. I will say, I did not know this is specifically meant for like the kill team. The sapper I built. Where is he? The zealot I built. Where's the robo arm? There he is. The veteran. This is my favorite one out of them all, and he'll be up on screen. I loved having those little like pins on his chest. No, he won't be up on screen because I didn't paint him yet. No. Okay, so let me see if you can see it. Yeah, he's got little medals and ribbons on his chest and stuff. It looks so good. I love his little robo hand. It looks like he's been like a veteran of some sort of. Well, he's a veteran, so it looks like he lost his arm in the previous conflict, and they're like, give him a robo hand. He'll be fine. All right, next thing is some Krieg combat engineers. I'm missing a box, aren't I? I'm missing a couple boxes. We'll continue these, and then once we get through these boxes, I'll make a small cut. So, Krieg engineers, I did build all these. If I remember correctly, I built them all with shotguns. Yes, and I did not use the remote mine out of this box because I used the remote mine for the other one. So, yeah, no, they're fine. I mean, they weren't hard to build. I had already built and painted 5 of these before, so I didn't want to do the trench clubs and variant. I like the shotgun variant a little bit more. Maybe next time I'll do the trench clubs with all the ones that are supposed to come with the combat patrol and the battle force box. I'll probably get both of them just to fill out my army. And I might continue to do shotguns. Shotguns would make more sense. Then again, I don't play with like what you see is what you get. If I want to play with like, say they're all loaded out shotgun wise and I want to use auto pistols this time, I'll just say I'm going to use auto pistols. It really doesn't matter. So that's that. And we got one more. We have Cataphractii Terminator Squad. Cataphractii is my favorite version of Terminator armor. I only have one of these painted, and it is not the heavy because I have to do some 3D printing stuff. I like Cataphractii Terminator armor. I like the little tassels. I've seen some of the like character minis in Cataphractii Terminator armor. Oh, Chef's kiss. I'll give it Italian hands. They look so good. It's unbelievable how good they look. So easy. This was a free mini. Technically, it cost $60, but it was free. It came with what was it called? Warhammer Plus. This is Commemorative Series. He finally has rules now, so I got him put together. Originally, he just sat in this box without any paint. We'll paint him up sometime. Ooh, I really like that. Oh, hold on. Let me look at that more. I really love that, like, red and black. A lot of my stuff is red and black. That red and black look so good. So good. So, look forward to seeing him in the near future on the channel. Going back to Krieg. This still has extra bits in it. This is just regular Death Corps of Krieg guys. They combine with the kill team to make a full squad of 20-man Krieg. I almost want to keep saying Marines. I don't know why I'm like that, but I almost want to keep saying Krieg Marines. They're just Krieg. Krieg troopers. None of those have been painted yet. I have a double set of something that I forgot. So I have 2 piranhas. These, again, were like super cheap. They're like, I want to say $20, but they could have been $30 a piece. They're just little scouting vehicles. I really like the red and black, but there's no way I could do the digicam. If I could, I'd be doing some other digicam stuff for the near future, but I just can't. So I've also made it so that these drones are able to come out and, like, you can put them up on a base that's already painted, so they can be away from the thing, but a lot of times I'll probably use them tied together. So yeah, that's it for all these. And the last 2 things I've saved for last are special, because these were the first 2 boxes of Warhammer minis I got. I bought them both at the same time. I got them on Amazon. Me and my buddy had been playing Space Marine 2 for the first time, and I was really like, yo, this shit's really cool. What do the minis look like? So first things first, and I'm pretty sure I've got all these painted. Actually, no, I don't. I do not have all these painted yet. I've had these for over a year, and they're still not painted. Termagants, just regular Termagants. I wasn't going to get anything big. These were cheap. I almost went with the red and black variation, but I went with box art. I don't know why I did it, but they look good. I'm happy with them. They'll be up on screen for the ones that I do have done, just as examples. It's kind of my own homebrew color to a degree, but it's like an offshoot of Leviathan. So yeah. So here comes the actual final box, and I've talked about it a lot. I have my first mini that I ever painted right here. It should tell you what the box is. It is Primaris Intercessors. I keep my first mini on my desk to always remind people where I started at when they see me painting newer minis nowadays. Now, this was the first box I got. I remember getting this box and being so fucking excited. I was like, I grabbed the box and I was like, yes, they're here. And then I tried to put them together. Now, most of you guys know I should follow the instructions. My dumbass did not. I put the bodies and like the legs and torsos all together. I did them all in one go. Don't do that, because as soon as I did that, I lost track what torsos what. Like, it goes with stances and everything, so I had to like go by pictures trying to figure out how to put them together. It took me 4 hours to do it. I was doing it with a pair of clippers I bought from like Menards, if I remember right, and I had a regular knife instead of a hobby knife. I sliced my fingers open I don't know how many times. I'm saying all this with a huge smile on my face, because this really brings back fun memories of a hobby that I just fell in love with and continue to love every day. And even though I bitch about it sometimes, I'm glad I found the hobby. It's quite literally changed my life, because I never wanted to do any of this YouTube stuff, and fuck, I'm kind of getting teary-eyed. I never wanted to do any of this YouTube stuff, and when I struggled so hard trying to paint these first 2 minis, I was like, I know people are like me right now, and they're struggling real hard to try to get those first two minis painted. Fuck, not even the first two, the first one. And November 18th, I put up my first video showing off my first ever mini. Now, it was painted back in, I think, October 8th ish. Uh, so, I mean, it had been painted for a month, and I'd painted some other stuff for a month. But I'm so humble from starting from here. And I mean, shoot, let me grab my new latest mini. I'm not gonna do the one I painted with markers because that one doesn't look good. Starting from here, basic colors, that kind of stuff. Going to this orc boy, who forgot a spot on. I mean, I still make common mistakes, but let's just compare it to this. This is like a 6 month difference. If you're struggling out there and you're trying to paint and you feel like you're not doing good, you get better at time with it. You really do. Practice makes perfect with this. And I'd really like to say thank you all for watching. I truly do mean that. Editor me is gonna love editing this video because that means I have to go take a bunch of pictures. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how much I set myself back in the first year of Warhammer. Now, like I said, I've enjoyed this hobby way more. I don't know if I'll be spending as much money next year on it, but I could see myself still trying just because the new stuff comes out. You know, that new 11th edition starter box is going to come out in like 6 months, or actually probably like 8 months from where the video airs. And you know that thing's going to be $300. Ain't no way it's not. So you all have a great rest of your time, or great rest of your day, evening, night, whatever it is. I hope you all do better in your painting. I believe in you. You got this. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.